Hello YouTube, I'm Armoury or Tom, and in about September last year I was approached by a group of friends at my school who asked me if I'd like to come to MCM Expo in October. I was shocked and excited because I didn't know there were conventions happening in the UK. I knew about the ones in America and about the ones in Japan, but I just didn't know there were any in the UK. So when they asked me would I like to go, I got really excited. And then when they asked me would I like to also dress up as a Batman character with them, I got really excited. In the month leading up to the convention, I realised there was a character that, or more of a character design that I really liked, but it wasn't Batman, because I'd been reading a lot of Judge Dredd, and since about June that year, I'd really liked the design of the soft judges, and I hadn't seen anyone on the internet make them. I'd been following a lot of prop making that year, last year, so I'd also been following a lot of cosplay. But I just never got round to doing it because of the classic fears of a starting cosplayer, which are generally things like it'll cost too much, it will take too long, you'll do it wrong and it will look bad, you don't have the skills to make it, and you don't have anywhere to wear it, and you'll look silly in it. Giving me this deadline basically shook me into, hey, loads of people do this. They range from amateurs with a box that says Gundam on it, to your, Adam Savages, and your... there are loads of famous cosplayers of professional quality, basically like movie prop quality. And I decided I'll just make it and we'll see how it goes. And I made this. And I thought it looked alright, I have the helmet here. I think it's a decent representation of a soft judge, but it's very clearly not brilliant. But for a first attempt and only about 2 weeks worth of work, I think that's alright. And the expo is great. I've done a video on conventions. I also mention it in my conventions episode of the Internet Crisis podcast, which should be coming back soon. But in the months following, I found out about a small convention happening in Maidstone called DemonCon 7. I decided for this, I'm going to crack down, I'm going to make a better helmet, because that is the part that is failing my costume the most. And I made this. I think it's quite clear how much better it is than this. It just in every way. And basically, the message behind that is, even if something does turn out, bad with your costume, you can make another. If you think you don't know the skills to make it, well, the first one was made out of paper mache, the second made out of resin. You pick up things as you go. The fear of it sort of looking silly in it, I was recognised by people in these, and they really liked it, and I had my pictures taken a lot. I'm also really sort of smugly in a Sneaky Zebra video. I'm in there very briefly, but in the shot of all the judges in their recent London Super Comic Con video, which clearly shows you don't look silly in costumes. Everyone is in costumes. In fact, in British cons, especially over American cons, the majority of people are dressed up. It's a bit weird if you're not. And that sort of brings me sort of full circle a bit to the last fear, which is that you don't have anywhere to wear it. Which, as I said at the start, I didn't know there were UK cons. Turns out there are loads. My next one, for example, is in May. It's the next MCM, in fact. It's MCM London May. But before that, I am at the opening of the Grinning Demons' new store in the Royal Star Arcade on the 3rd of May in Maidstone. So, you know, if any of you live nearby, definitely come along. I'll be in my costume. There might be a few others, I'm not too sure. And he's got half price and all of back issues. It's going to be really cool. So, sort of to wrap it all up, yes, there are loads of things which can go wrong with the cosplay. Yes, they can be expensive, but if you pace yourself the fine, no, you won't look silly in them. And yes, they're a lot of fun. So don't be scared. Just make one. If there's a character you love and there's a convention near you, which almost certainly there is, go to it and make the costume. I'm Tom, and I'll see you next time.